motion, velocity, acceleration, resistance, acceleration, energy, resistance, energy, velocity, torque. It's got to go longer. Resistance, acceleration, energy, resistance, torque.
Across the middle of the grid over toward the left side, and can he get enough roll? It looks like it! It looks like it! It looks like it! 376! The Beast Fister on his final swing!
It doesn't take a scientist to know that the international sport of long driving has reached its boiling point. More competitors, more countries, more excitement. Where just one swing of the club could push the laws of physics. Just one will to win can force the heart to overcome. Welcome power, welcome energy, welcome force. New this year, boys and girls junior division. And the women and seniors rehash old rivalries. Also, 12 lucky men get the chance to face Long John Daly. The Remax World Long Drive Championship next.
Start. We have liftoff.
Eight of the longest drivers of a golf ball have gathered in the desert to see who will hold the 2002 crown. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mesquite, Nevada. Along with Charlie Reimer, I'm Roger Twibel, and this is the 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship. And Charlie, this competition continues to get bigger and better every year. They've got a new division this year.
Well, they do, Roger, and the growth has been phenomenal. Over 1,000 entries for the junior division, both boys and girls, and let me tell you what, these kids can hit that golf ball.
Besides the junior, the women's division, the senior competition, and then the open division, the 8 finalists, and this year, it doesn't include the defending champion, Sean the Beast Fister, nor Jason Zubak, but it's really a nice blend of the old and the new in the long drive competition.
Well, we really do, and these guys are stoked. This is a Super Bowl of their sport. And among the 8 finalists, we've got 4 guys that are rookies that have never been there before. Among those guys, you have Carl Wolter, who in the semis hit the ball 395 yards. He can really go. You got David Mobley from Charlotte, North Carolina, who's a very consistent ball hitter. Among the 4 veterans, you've got Adrian van Rensburg, a big strapping South African, 60-inch shaft. If he gets a hold of one, look out. And then Brian Pavlett, who's made it to 9 straight finals.
All right, Charlie, here are the rules. All competitors will hit 6 Pinnacle Power Core golf balls, and it's important to note that all clubs do conform to USGA standards. This is what they're playing for. The world's longest driver will take home $80,000.
And Roger, the grid is very slow and soft. A new irrigation system has taken away any hot spots. This is going to be a carry contest. Now let's go to Tim Matthews for player introductions.
Welcome, George Slupski.
Aptly nicknamed the Animal.
Hitting second from Los Angeles, California, Vince Cerlini.
At age 38, the oldest guy in the field.
From Litchfield Park, Arizona, last year's runner-up, Brian Pavlett.
Heartbreaking loss on the final ball of the World Championship just a year ago.
South Africa, Adrian van Rensburg.
Won an LDA Tour event just this summer.
From Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, Carl Wolter.
Relatively new to the sport. Will the nerves hold up?
From Charlotte, North Carolina, David Mobley.
And Roger, David is a great golfer, but does he have the strength to hang with the big boys?
Hitting 7th from Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada, Kevin Blankhorn.
And boy, this sport is really catching on up north. Another in that great Canadian tradition.
Las Vegas, Nevada, Greg Wellong.
Tough chore for Wellong. Difficult to play from the 8th spot.
Charlie, this field shapes up to be one of the best that has made it to the finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 8 best long drivers in the world.
We'll be back for the 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship in a moment. Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Remax. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. IBC Premium Soft Drinks. Try one and experience the authentic, rich taste today. And by Cobra, makers of the SS427 and the SS350 drivers. Blazing hot from 9 points across the face. Welcome back. South African Adrian van Rensburg is sure to be a factor tonight as he warms up on the practice tee. But earlier, the 45 and older crowd crowned their champion in the senior division. The first contestant is John Tutty. In his first full year of Long Drive, Tutty came to the tee and on his third drive was still looking to find the grid.
Heading down the right side, but drifting. It's going to be close. Let's see what happens here. And it does stay on the grid at just about 320.
Well, 319, the best that Tutty could muster. Then came 1999 Senior Division champion Fred Hooter. Fred's 57 years old. He'll be favored in next year's new Super Seniors category. He too had trouble finding the grid until drive number 5.
That one's going to stay in the grid.
If it does stay, it's turning to the left. .315
yards, 315.
And a frustrated Fred Hooter finished at 315. The third competitor was 45-year-old Kurt Moore, making his first appearance in the finals, and it didn't take long for him to make his presence felt at 6'7" and 250.
He goes right after it, trying to turn it over, taking it down the right-hand side. This looks pretty good. This is coming back in the grid, and it stays in. And a good start right there at about 316.
Another one in at virtually the same mark, left Moore 4 yards short of the leader. The fourth competitor, Scott DeCandia, brought his 2 national titles from the 80s to the tee, and it didn't take long for him to make something happen.
He takes it down the right-hand side, turning it back towards the left. It's going to be on the grid. Let's see what sort of run he can get out of it past 310. And a decent start right there at about 315.
315.
Moments later, he tried to top it.
This could be pretty good here. Swing number 5, turning over. If it stays on the grid, past 320. Just goes out.
Narrowly missing, DeCandia's mark at 315 was his best. Next up, 2000 Senior Division champion Mike Gordon wanted back the title that was taken from him last year.
And that is a high shot that's heading down the right-hand side. Looks like it's going to stay on the grid. Softly moves just about a foot or 2 past the 310 mark. 312 out there for
313, 313.
Swing of the night. They get 313.
Still 6 yards short of the leader, Gordon took aim on drive number 3.
Yes, that's what he likes. That's what he likes right there. That is right down Main Street. Smoked. Past the 330 mark. Look at this one.
336,
336. Swing, 336. And that's your new leader.
Gordon then looked to extend the mark with his 6th and final drive.
Good one right there. That was solid. Just on the left center of the grid.
He's shaking his head. He didn't like it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it comes up about 3.9. Well, he's got one out there, 336, and he's the leader right now in the senior division.
I was swinging pretty well in the range, didn't quite bring everything I had in the range over here. It didn't hit really the shot I was trying to hit, but I don't know. It's great to have the fans behind me, and I love the encouragement as all the competitors do.
Gordon's drive of 336, far and away the best so far, but still in the way 2 Hall of Famers and an Open Division finalist from last year. The Oasis and partner resort Casablanca offer 36 holes of championship golf, providing some of the most scenic views of Nevada's desert. Start your day off on the 18 holes of championship golf at the Cal Olson-designed Casablanca Golf Course, beautifully set along the Virgin Mountains and River Valley. An area declared a desert fowl refuge by the Audubon Society. Water comes into play on 11 holes on the par 72 7,000-yard layout, so make sure your golf ball supply is full. The Palms Golf Course is a cross between all of the courses in Mesquite. Challenging elevation changes and Virgin River vistas await you on this stern test. The Oasis Golf Club is built in the foothills of the mountains. This Arnold Palmer design features enough bunkers and water hazards to test you to the limits. Wolf Creek Golf Course is one of the hardest courses in America. Its canyon vistas both challenges and excite players of all caliber. Mesquite offers 6 great courses and many vacation packages for individual golfers and groups. And welcome back. Charlie, you know, this sport of long driving really produces a close-knit bunch of guys.
Well, it really does, Roger. These guys are good buddies, and we're going to take a look at Jason Zubak here, a 4-time champion. He didn't make it to the finals, but he's working with his friend Brian Pavlet, trying to help him get through.
Well, the Open division is moments away, but let's conclude the seniors division. With Mike Gordon's 339-yard drive leading, 3-time world champion Michael Hooper was the next to tee it up, and earlier this week at the LDA Hall of Fame ceremony, Sean the Beast Pfister and Michael Hooper were inducted into the LDA Hall of Fame.
The rush from hitting the ball dead center and winning a contest with 5,000 or 10,000 people screaming, there's nothing like it. Once you've done it, you keep coming back.
With the first 2 OB, Michael came back for drive number 3.
There you go, right there. Heading to the left center. And that is carrying past 330, but it's not going to get to 336.
Well, Michael was looking for 4 more yards on this drive number 5. Gave it a pretty good rip.
Just a good-looking tee shot here. Wow,
just
no roll at all.
Yeah, just no roll.
Roger, if this grid was the same firmness as a typical PGA Tour event, that drive would have been 360 plus.
And then came drive number 6.
Yeah, that's running right there. That's lower. And that has got some heat on it. And it just hit softly again. My goodness, that's 331.
Very consistent performance by Michael Hooper, but unlike Tour Golf, consistency not a factor here.
Well, Charlie, the 5th contestant was former minor league baseball player Pat Dempsey, a finalist in last year's Open division. He had to be considered the one to beat in this year's senior competition.
And that's going to turn over and go quickly to the left. So he is going to be 0 for 3 so far. But you know, in baseball, you can strike out your first 3 times
and still hit a grand slam.
That's right. And on drive number 5, Dempsey found a pitch he liked.
Now that one's going to work right there. Dempsey just drops the club, walks back towards the crowd. How confident is he?
That one's got a chance.
He is that confident. Dempsey now leads.
Oh, and he knew it at impact.
This is the most underrated division of sports I've ever experienced. I've gone through a lot of minor league stuff in baseball, but the seniors have by some chance been underestimated by a long shot. People ask me why I got involved in the senior division. I said because it's tough. People don't understand it. There's some real professionals out there, and they can hit it. And I am very proud just to be standing on this tee box in the senior division.
Now, one more look at the home run trot from Pat Dempsey. He knew it was good. Well, the final contestant, Hall of Fame member Bobby Wilson, a man very capable of launching one over 342 yards, and that's exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah! This one could very well be the one right here. High and down the right-hand side. Wilson's urging it on, and it carries past 330.
Oh, God.
Absolutely
Call it
no
about
roll.
333, and it just doesn't go anywhere.
334.
Wife Julie and daughter Brooke anxiously urging Bobby to find another 7 to 10 yards with his 5th drive.
That is right down the middle there.
This got a chance
Bobby
right here, Roger.
seems to think as it's starting to drift just slightly to the left that it might be the one.
This has a chance. No roll.
Once
at
again,
all.
nothing.
333.
And with Pat Dempsey looking on for the final drive, Wilson missed the grid, giving the senior division rookie his first world championship title.
It's been a long, hard journey. I have worked hard. I don't know if I've worked as hard as my wife, Barbara. Like Mike Hooper said last night, behind every successful man is a more successful woman. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I could not have done this without her and the support of my family, understanding that Dad's not there all the time. I've been very selfish with my time, but I wanted to teach my kids if you want to achieve something, you have to work very, very hard. And here it is.
A lot of hard work, but a lot of talent for Pat Dempsey as he wins the senior division 342 yards with Mike Gorton, the runner-up, Bobby Wilson third.
Great performance by these seniors, but right now they're taking these old backs to their chiropractor, Roger.
Well, big surprise with defending champion Ted Foste missing the finals. He came in looking strong but struggled in the semis.
First-timers Mosoff, Kaywood, and Warfel hit it hard, as did former finalist Shearburn.
There's Obie Anderson, who'll be in the new Super Senior Division in 2003.
PGA professionals Steve Lotz and Marty Joyce are always consistent. And there's former finalist Don Wilburn, all the way from Hawaii.
And great to see host professional Bob All qualify for this event. He had a busy week, which is always tough on the swing.
And rounding out the seniors finalists, Miguel Jaime and Canada's Sean Itterman.
And now it's time for a power tip brought to you by Golf Tips Magazine.
Hi, I'm Art Sellinger, Senior Instruction Writer for Golf Tips Magazine, here at the Remax World Long Drive Championship Pinnacle Distance Challenge. Got 10-time long drive leader on the PGA Tour, John Daly. John, great to see you. Thanks for being here. You know,
you bet.
It's got to be something out there on Sunday coming down the stretch and needing a big one on a par 5 to make an eagle. I mean, tell me what goes on.
I don't change anything. I'm a guy that always, when I'm playing my best golf, I'm at 80%. It's like you guys in the long drive championships, you want to hit the ball right off the middle of the club face. You want that thing to be sweet and solid. You don't want to overpower it and then hit one off the toe or heel it. So I basically swing my driver like I'd swing a 6-iron.
Right.
I don't change anything, and that's my whole key is low and slow.
Low and slow, and for us it's a little different because we don't have to play each shot. We get 6 balls, and if we go up there and hit 5 bad ones in one bomb, we're heroes.
Right.
I mean, if you hit a bad one in a critical time, that's double bogey, triple bogey, end of tournament. I mean, show me what you do there with the hands and wrists that we were talking about.
Well, I've always been a guy that I've noticed a lot of amateurs when I'm playing with them on Wednesdays. One, they never take enough club.
Right.
They never take enough club, and they try and hit the wrong club too far.
Based on their career shot.
Yeah, and instead of just choking down and maybe hitting, if it's an 8-iron, maybe hit a 7-iron. But the thing I see with amateurs is they pick the club straight up, they drag it way in here, or they drag it way out here.
Right.
Well, you're not going to get yourself into, I believe the golf swing is from here
Sure.
to there to there.
There's the rotation.
They're out of whack before they even get started. So the thing that I've always believed in, and I think most tour guys and people that are really into the game, I should say, but I think it's low and slow, and you want to create your club low and slow. Maybe even drag it on the ground just a little bit.
Get that
just
width.
nice and low and slow, because you want to get here.
Right, got to get the extension.
You got to get there, and then you got to be able to get back there.
Back to square. John, great to see you. Have
You
a
too,
great
Art.
week.
Thanks.
All right.
And if you'd like to subscribe to Golf Tips Magazine, call 1-800-283-4640. That's 1-800-283-4640. Stay tuned, folks, because later in the show, 12 national qualifiers take on John Daly for a $1 million purse. Welcome back. The Open Division finalists are making last-minute preparations, but the women's division settled their issue earlier in what was perhaps the most tightly contested battle of the week. There would be no repeat in this division as last year's champion Lee Brandon narrowly missed advancing to the finals, leaving the crown up for grabs.
It's nice to see so many women getting involved in it and being excited about it.
The girls are getting bigger, stronger, and younger.
The division is getting tougher and tougher. Every year that we come through, I've noticed that the competition is just improving more and more.
I think my strategy is that I try to hit every ball like it's my last.
It's do or die, and that's why if I don't swing as hard as I can and just try and keep them all in the grid, I'm not going to win.
In the semifinals, Teresa Parker wailed on a ball. She hit a 285.
Parker's drive proved to be the benchmark in the semifinals and left the competitors to focus on individual strategies for the finals.
I need to prepare and obviously just hit it as far as I can and go for that 300 marker down there.
I've got to go for that one shot that just ripped the cover off of it feel to be in it. So it's all or nothing pretty much at this stage.
Hopefully all my preparation work and all my mechanics will be there. My tempo will be good.
I did miss last year's competition and I just wanted to show that, you know, I'm still here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 5 women's finalists competing for the World Championship tonight here in Mesquite, Nevada.
LPGA Club Pro Leanne Hine led off the competition, the only 3-time women's finalist.
Going to land in the grid, and will it stay there? And it does, just past 280, 283. So it's always good to get that first drive on the grid.
Absolutely.
Hoping to best her 282-yard semifinal distance, Candace Merrill took aim at the grid.
Run out right there past the 270 marker, 273. So Candace Merrill has improved by 16 over her first lap.
Fan favorite Teresa Parker looked to equal her gallery's intensity.
Pretty good swing there. And that looks like a good one. Turning back to the middle of the grid.
263, 263.
263. Leanne Hine still leading the way.
2 years ago, Stacy Shinnick won the inaugural women's competition. Now back in the finals, she could make it 2 out of 3.
Starts it down the right, and it looks like it's just going to stay over there. And it turns back right on the line. Wow! 292.
Unbelievable.
My goodness.
292.
I mean, one blade of grass and that ball kicks out of the grid. Unbelievable.
That left Joe D. Duncan to, as she stated, shoot for the number.
Way up in the air, way up in the air. She's urging it on and right past 280. So a great effort, but Stacy Shinnick, who won the title 2 years ago, is once again the champion.
I couldn't believe that ball was still in. I was going to tee up the next one. I thought that was out, and I couldn't believe it. I wanted to do 300, sorry guys, but it was good enough, so I'm happy.
The leaderboard and the women's division, Stacy Shinnick, terrific drive of 292 with Joe D. Duncan finishing in the runner-up spot. Leanne Hine was third. Well, defending champ Lee Brandon looked good early and barely missed the finals, as did LDA Tour leading money winner Sharon Sullivan.
LPGA teaching pro Suzanne Pace and former finalist Erin Ledford came close.
And here's the rest of the field. The women are really starting to hit the ball, and the competition increasing every year. George the Animal Slupski will be first out of the box in the men's competition. But Charlie, it was a long road here to Mesquite.
Roger, there were over 14,000 worldwide entries for this championship. 96 came here to Mesquite, including four-time champion Jason Zubak. Go! Struggled here. Roger, I just wonder how healthy he was. Battles injuries over the last 2 years.
It's put a lot of stress on his body over
Yes,
the last
he
5-10 years.
360.
And then last year's champion, what a dramatic finish for Sean the Beast Pfister.
But it wasn't meant to be this year. Just never got his timing worked out.
And he provided a lot of excitement for the crowd in Mesquite a year ago. Now let's take a look at the entire leaderboard. Great event for former PGA pro Mike Baumann, and all the way from Zimbabwe, making the quarters, Garth Dale.
Lefty Derek Foote, Pinnacle Distance Challenge winner Dave Garekas, and former champ Frank Miller also fared well.
Four-time champion Zubak missed the finals by 1.5 yards, and first-timer Steve Monroe is one to watch in the future.
LDA Tour leading money winner Jerry James missed in the semis, as did 2000 champ Victor Johansson.
And Sean the Beast Pfister, you see there 356 yards, not enough to make it back into the finals. And some of the other players also, as Nash made it to the quarters, as did former Giants place kicker Eric Schubert.
England's Paul Barrington came in at 350, as did 2001 finalist Tomislav Kraj.
Japan's Ito and Sweden's Anderson hit it hard. The internationals were really coming on strong.
There's Brent Surratt, who is consistent on the LDA Tour, and PGA apprentice Ray Simmons.
Ryan Gerhardt cranked a record bomb of 510 yards with incredible downwind conditions at regionals. He fared well.
Australia's Paul Jordan and Austria's Christian Sterning saw world competition for the first time.
And former finalist Mike Weeb struggled. Just making it here to Mesquite is a big accomplishment, though.
And finally, Craig Robinson, who along with brother Sean became the first brother tandem to make it to the big show.
Well, Charlie George, the Animal Slupski, is on the tee, and he'll get us started when we return. Welcome back to the 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship. It's time now for our first contestant.
My name's George Animal Slupski. I'm from Winter Haven, Florida. I have the two longest drives of the tournament, 409 yards and 398 yards. Qualify for the finals with a 376-yard drive.
And Charlie Slupski, a real veteran of these long drive competitions.
Well, he is, Roger. And this guy, this golf swing, it's all about power.
3 different decades he's made it to the finals.
Well, this ball is headed left. Not the way he wanted to start this competition. You can tell he didn't like it at all.
Well, George Slupski,
Another big guy, 6'3", 240. Got a 2 handicap, Charlie.
Yeah, good player. 57-inch shaft.
The animal.
You know, at this level of competition, the level of customization among the equipment is amazing, and it's just a matter of finding what works, and that's different for every competitor.
Slepsky's moved over to the right side of the tee, a little bit farther to the right. Getting set for swing number 3. And that's going to go high down the right side, turning back towards the middle. Very, very high.
And he
Lots
likes
of
it.
hang time on this one. And Slepsky has one on the grid. 363 for George Slepsky.
And the longest hit of the night.
Well, Charlie, that was pretty darn good right there, but in the semis, he really cranked one.
This guy can take it deep.
How do you know you've hit it so good, huh?
They know. You hit so many balls, you just know, Roger.
And that traveled 376 yards. And now the 6th and final swing.
Got that stance shut down a little more than on his other previous 5 hits.
And that is a big old hook. Started off the right side of the grid and goes all the way across the left side of the grid. So George Slepsky, swing number 3, produced a drive of 363 yards. Let's go down to Tim.
All right, George, setting out a mark there. You only need to get one in, 363. You hit 409 in qualifying, then 375 earlier. Are you destined? Even if it's just one ball, you're getting one big ball in every round.
Well, that seems about all I have. I find a way to hit one bomb per round. I mean, that, 1 to 10 scale, it's about 8.5. I didn't get all of it. I don't think it rolled too good, but I hit it as good as I could hit it.
And do you like that number? Feeling good right now to set that one and let those guys take a shot at that?
No, it's not enough. There are too many guys coming behind me, Pavlik, Van Rensburg, and I'm not taking nothing away from the rest of them. It's a decent mark. I'm somewhat happy. I'm not totally happy with it. I felt I had 375, 380 in me, and I don't mean that in a bragging way. I just thought I had that. So-so.
All right, we'll find out if it holds up. Great job, George.
So Slepsky puts up the mark to hit, as you see on our Penley leaderboard. And earlier, Charlie had a visit with Penley Director of Sales and Marketing, Brad Storman.
I'm with Brad Storman, the National Sales and Marketing Manager for Penley Golf. And Brad, I know you guys are thrilled to death with the huge impact and presence that you have on both the LDA tours and other professional golf tours worldwide.
Yeah, we've done pretty well in the last couple of years, and we've pretty excited about this year at the Remax. We have, I think, 3 or 4 gentlemen going in the finals, playing our shaft, and last year we swept the finals, so that was pretty good.
Well, Brad, beyond the equipment you're making for the professionals, what are you doing for the amateurs, the folks at home?
We're providing a lot of new concepts and new ideas with regard to flex and kick point of the shaft, and we've got a wide variety of shafts ranging from 55 grams up to 100 grams to fit pretty much everybody's wills, wants, and needs out there.
Well, Brad, thanks, and keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Next on the tee, Vince, the Pasta Man Ciurlini. Named for the mesquite tree, which the Native Americans believed to be good luck, the city of Mesquite, Nevada is living up to its name. It's the fastest growing city in its category and recently has enjoyed an even bigger growth spurt with the development of more housing and golf courses. Downtown Mesquite offers unique shopping adventures specializing in southwestern themes. Spend some time in one of the many extracurricular recreational facilities or take the hour's drive to Lake Meads National Park. The Oasis Resort Hotel and Casino has a plethora of amenities for the adventurous type. Take, for example, the Ranch and Gun Club, where you enjoy skeet shooting. For some more relaxing time, the resort boasts 7 pools, including an adults-only pool. The Virgin River Casino also has a great deal to offer, and be sure to check out the movie theater, video arcade, and the 24-lane Cosmic Bowling Alley. The Eureka Casino is just a pitch shot away from Virgin River and offers a variety to do on or off the gaming floor. But the pink 8-story building of the Casablanca Resort and Casino is without a doubt Mesquite's most distinct landmark. In addition to a world-class spa, the resort features a spectacular lagoon pool, complete with a cascading waterfall and water slide. It's the perfect place to spend the afternoon. Top all of this off with a delicious dinner at one of the hotel's 3 restaurants, and you'll know your experience at the Casablanca Resort and Casino will be nothing short of sensational. Boasting 360 days of sunshine, it's easy to see why Mesquite is Nevada's diamond in the desert.
And Roger, over 3,000 spectators have come here, and they have all enjoyed this beautiful community.
Next up, Vince Cerlini.
Hi, my name is Vinny Cerlini. This is my 3rd time in the final shootout for the World Championships. My best drive this week is 363 yards. That's what got me into the finals. I am the oldest competitor in this final field at 38 years old.
First swing for Cerlini. 363 is the mark set by Slupski. And he takes it low down the left-hand side. It's cutting back in. Let's see if this gets any run.
That's going to whack some worms right there. That's one of the lowest balls we've seen tonight, but not getting much run.
Just past 330. So one on the grid at 332. Vince with a SMT club head. Harrison shaft, just a 50-inch driver. That's short by comparison to what we saw from Slupski.
Yeah, 57 inches for Slupski. Vincent a little unorthodox in his setup. Hands very high and set well to the right side in his stance.
And that's high, turning from left to right. And it's going to be very close to going off the grid. And it does stay on, but short of the 330 sign. Vince Cerlini with 2 on the grid, getting set for his 3rd.
And this swing is just all about brute power. He is all over the place, feet everywhere.
That's right down the middle, cutting a little bit to the right.
Although he had a stable base there, the feet not flopping around that time.
And out to 339 there.
And Charlie, we go back to the semis with Vince Cerlini.
Really up against the wall here. This is his 6th tee shot.
That's in the hot side.
At that over-the-top cut there.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have a consistent ball flight. It's everywhere. High, low, turnover, cut, but whatever works. 363 there.
The 6th and final drive.
Final swing, and he hits one down the left side. He doesn't appear to be very happy with it. It's going to be on the grid, but going right up about that 338 mark again. So Vince Cerlini, the pasta man.
And the World Long Drive Championship with George Slupski at 363, Cerlini at 339. Earlier this evening at the Remax World Long Drive Championship, 2 new divisions were born, junior girls and junior boys. And though not playing for prize money, these teens were competing for recognition and the chance to become the inaugural winner of the event. Christina Van Wert opened the competition with a 276-yard drive, which became the early mark for the young ladies to shoot for. That mark was challenged by 17-year-old Lauren Model, who gestured to friends and family, then gestured to her ball, go long, 288 yards long, and Model wins the first junior girls title.
That is 288.
The way the junior boys hit the ball, it looks as if the Open Division may be just around the corner for these young long drivers. As day turned to night, the boys warmed up the grid with prodigious distances. Brent Mulick, best attempt, had him in the lead at 330 yards. But Owen Hansen of Los Alamitos, California, made sure that he left his mark on the competition. With tremendous swing speed, Hansen propelled his fourth ball 347 yards, and as a result, he took home the junior boys title.
347 yards, 347.
I'd love to do this for a living, and I might be in the open division next year.
I was 16 last year. I turned 17 in April. So this division opened up, and figured I'd give it a shot, see what I could do with it.
Charlie, did you hit it that far when you were 16, 17?
No, it wasn't even close, Roger. These guys, these kids right here, we're going to see a lot from them on down the road.
I'm sorry, you were still using persimmon back then.
That's right. We didn't have titanium back then, Roger. Definitely not graphite.
Up next, the open division continues, and John Daly takes on all comers. The 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Pinnacle, the official ball of the Remax World Long Drive Championship and the Pinnacle Distance Challenge. Penley Golf Shafts. Who says it's not the shaft? Brian Pavlett is our next competitor.
I'm Brian Pavlett from Litchfield Park, Arizona, 1993 national champion, runner-up in 2001 and 99. Gonna do this for my boys.
Third competitor, Brian Pavlett from Litchfield Park, Arizona, the 93 champion, runner-up last year in 99. There's his family.
His wife Lisa and his two boys, Tyler and Zane. Family affair for the Pavletts this week.
Brian's been a great competitor in this long drive competition through the years, as his first swing will miss the grid to the left.
Roger, I really think Brian Pavlett fundamentally has the best golf swing among all of the competitors here at this championship.
Well, you can see Brian Pavlett, a good player, 2 handicap, using a Cobra 427 driver, and Charlie, just one of 2 players using shafts under 50 inches.
Really unusual to see that. Got his work cut out for him.
Down back to the semifinals. You can really get after it in the afternoon.
Well, you can just see the emotion. I mean, even in just the semifinals, these guys are really stoked.
And that drive out there, 378 yards in the semis.
Welcome to the final.
Little helping in.
378.
Pavlett's ball flight is very straight. He's playing basically from the middle of the tee. He's going to take dead aim at the Remax balloon. If he gets his ball, it won't move 4 or 5 yards either way.
And that's going to go left too, so Pavlett is 0 for 4. Isn't it amazing, you know, how you can, come through the competition, and you know Brian Pavlett can drive the ball much straighter than that, and you get out here in that moment and things just maybe tighten up just a little bit.
It's a tough sport. Our cameras are there, big gallery is there, a lot of adrenaline flowing through your body, and you have to control it enough to get a ball on the grid.
5th try for Pavlett. He is aimed right at that Remax balloon at the end of the grid. And this one is going to take it down the right-hand side, trying to turn back. This has got a chance.
That's in the grid.
This has got a chance here. And rolling. That is going to 364. So he goes past Slupski. And Pavlet's the new leader.
Family likes that one.
Charlie, we remember last year Pavlet had the lead, and this was the final swing of the competition for Sean the Beast Fisker.
Well, Brian Pavlet was on the losing end of clearly the best drive ever hit in the history of this sport. Unbelievable performance by Sean Fisker to edge out Brian Pavlet.
I mean, you talk about a pressure-packed moment. That was it.
But it was exciting.
It was exciting.
That's high, down the middle, turning just a little bit to the left.
A lot of carry there.
And that's short of 350, but Pavlet on his fifth swing rips one out there 364 yards, and he's got the lead right now in the open division of the World Long Drive Championship, and he's with Tim.
All right, Brian.
Don't even talk to me.
You've been to 9. You've been I'm saying you've been to 9. You've been to 9 finals. You finished everywhere up and down the board.
Yep.
And here you are again.
Yep.
You're still a little bit pumped up. You're feeling great.
I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it. You know, I mean,
talk about the weather or what?
Yeah, it's actually get cold. It's actually, I mean, this is just a great event, and it's an honor for me to make the finals again. What Remax and Art have done this year, this is the best. I mean, I hope you're all enjoying this because it doesn't get any better than this. Let me tell you that much. This has just been a fantastic event. I'm honored to make the finals again. You know, I keep getting here. I keep giving myself a shot. Who knows, one day maybe I'll get a little luck to shine on me. But, you know, I mean, I'm just glad to be here, and I'm thankful for Remax and for Art and everything they've done to get to this point.
All right, great job, Brian Pavlet, our new leader right now.
Pavlet leads at 364 yards, but the question is, can he stay atop the leaderboard? Well, on today's PGA Tour, one name alone is synonymous with the term long drive. John Daly has won 11 PGA Tour driving distance titles, and his style of play has made him a fan favorite. So what would happen if Daly were to issue you a challenge, the Pinnacle Distance Challenge?
He'll call you back.
Hey, what's going on here?
Quite a display out there. You always cut the corner?
Well, I do sometimes.
Word on the street is you're a pretty big hitter.
Can I help you guys with something?
Oh, yeah, I think you can.
I gotta think, but hey, oh,
12 recreational golfers qualified at 10 regional sites for 15 minutes of fame.
I'm excited, a little bit nervous, but having a lot of fun. I'm going to go out there and do my best.
All about fun. I'm not really intimidated, but I'm a little nervous.
Nothing to lose. You know, nerves hold up out there. I mean, got a chance, I suppose.
Out of nearly 3,000 entries, these 12 finalists watched as the Pinnacle posse greeted Daly on the tee. From then on, it was down to business for the participants. Chris Satvite got things going, sending the ball into the Mesquite Night 320 yards. Daly had 4 drives to top each individual mark set. The best of Big John's attempts in match 1 fell just short of the mark, earning Satvite a cool $100,000. But there were 11 more, and the others tried to build on the momentum. In all, 9 of the 12 long ball hitters managed to be one of the world's most renowned drivers. A remarkable feat that not only showed that this ever-growing sport is on the rise, but impressed John Daly in the process.
Now, I've watched some of the Pinnacle Challenges this year, and it's just amazing. I love watching how far these guys hit it, and you know, it's really, they're out of my, I mean, I'm out of their league when it comes to this stuff, but I'll go playing for that money on the golf course.
As you see these recreational golfers gave Big John all he could handle. The distances under these nerve-wracking conditions are absolutely incredible. The Pinnacle Distance Challenge returns to a city near you for 2003. Check out pinnaclegolf.com for more information. And when we return, the Open Division continues. And welcome back to the 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship.
My name is Adrian from Rensburg. I'm from Pretoria, South Africa. Runner-up 98. And hopefully this year we can do it for South Africa.
I'll tell you, he's a big man, Roger. We just saw him walk up on the tee. 6 balls palmed in one hand, and he could have got 2 or 3 more in there with no problem. Ping Tech head. Triple X Penley shaft.
First swing of the night, and he takes it high down the right-hand side, and that is high, folks. I want to tell you, it's still up in the air.
Well, he has the highest.
Look at this.
He has by far the highest ball flight of any of the competitors in this final competition. And you know, Roger, if he gets a downwind situation, I mean, he's lethal. Downwind, nobody can hit it out there with Van Rensburg.
So that first drive for Van Rensburg just past 340.
He's had a solid year on the LDA Tour, 5th on the money list.
Won a tour event in Detroit, 345 on that first drive. Now swing number 2, that is down the middle, cutting just a bit to the right. Once again, awfully high in the air.
Well, that's his shot. He's a cutter.
And just past 350.
350.
And Charlie, like so many of the long drivers, he's really a good player.
Yeah, he really is. Scratch player. Doesn't spend all his time on the practice tee. Occasionally gets to the putting green.
And from Pretoria, South Africa, so many great players from that country, going back to Gary Player, Ernie Els, Retief Goosen, and this is truly an international sport. 11 countries represented here this week. Now, drive number 5.
Just fading off the middle of the grid to the right-hand side. And it's going to get right back out to about 349. So his 350 still standing.
Well, semifinal action, Charlie. Sometimes in the semis you're a little looser. You can let it flow a little better.
Well, yeah, but you still have to get a good one to get to the finals. And, you know, you can see this drive right here. I mean, it carries forever. That ball at 365, and I think that's really going to help Van Rensburg. I think he's got to be one of the favorites in this final. This is a very slow grid. He carries the ball a long ways, and I think that's very much to his advantage under these conditions. Take a look at that shaft, 60 inches, and it just amazes me that a manufacturer can produce a shaft this long and this strong and be able to hold up to these swing speeds.
And unfortunately, that's going to go way to the left. So as we look now at our leaderboard in the Remax World Long Drive Championship, Pavlik still leading the way at 364 yards.
I'm Carl Wolter from Paragould, Pennsylvania. This is my first time in World Championships long drive. My longest drive so far has been 395 yards.
So 4 competitors have taken the tee box here in this Remax World Long Drive Championship. The 5th man, Carl Wolter, Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, getting set for his first swing.
Amazing story. This man had his first competition in long drive in July of this year. This is just his 4th competition, and to make it to the finals, unbelievable achievement.
And that immediately goes way to the right. SMT club head, an AccuFlex shaft at 55 inches in length. And he was telling me earlier today that this particular driver is one that he just really liked, and was afraid that something might happen to it, and was saving it through all the qualifying rounds. And he said he's only had about 4 or 5 hits on it, and was expecting big things out of it this evening.
Well, the one he hit in the semifinals he must like, because he hit that 395 earlier today.
And that is going down the middle. Let's see what happens with this one, heading right for the Remax balloon. And rolling past 370, 373 for Carl Wolter.
370.
Unbelievable hit.
373.
What a great drive that was, Charlie, but this guy has shown us already he can go deeper than that.
Well, obviously he's a newcomer here to this competition, and this is one that got the attention of the other competitors. 395 yards.
Say it again.
395.
395.
What a hit.
Man.
And no roll.
That got everybody's attention. Newcomer.
395 yards.
He needs a big one, though. I don't think 373 will hold up, Roger.
5th swing for Carl Wolter. That one he likes. He likes it. It is right down the middle and still going past 380.
Wow. Unbelievable hit.
That's what we're talking about.
I mean, that late in the day, it's cool, carrying that ball 378 and getting 6 yards a roll. Unbelievable hit.
Well, Charlie, he is not one of the biggest competitors. Where does he get all that power?
Well, it's an amazing story. His background is in javelin. He was a Big Ten javelin champion at Penn State. And what he does, Rogers, he uses a similar technique from javelin over to golf. He has a tremendous amount of lag in this golf swing, and he uses every ounce of power in his body to efficiently deliver that club head back to the ball.
6th and final swing. Well, that's another good one. That is another good one. Will it get past the long one of the night? It's past 380.
Amazing. Roger, I told you 373 would hold up.
Oh, there you have it, folks. That's the swing of our leader, Carl Wolter.
You're kind of a newcomer to this whole thing. Obviously, the nerves just got the better of you, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they got me today. I'll tell you.
You know, and you were flying it. I mean, the leading drive right now, 384, it flew about 378. And you're not getting much roll out there. I mean, it's unbelievable power.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been training, throwing javelin for about the last 9 years of my life. I threw at Penn State University, and there they taught me a lot of great technique as far as basically getting your whole body into anything that you do. And pretty much that's what I try to do here.
He's leading right now, 384, 15 inches. Congratulations.
And that 384 by Carl Wolter, 20 yards better than Brian Pavlet, Slupski, Van Rensburg, and Cherlini at the World Long Drive Championship. Teeing it up in Mesquite, folks, Wolf Creek is a must, hailed as the most spectacular golf course in North America. From its elegant clubhouse to its beautiful panoramic canyon vistas. So come and tee off at Wolf Creek. In 2001, Golf Digest placed it third in the best new upscale courses in America category. With all the excitement, you'll have to personally play Mesquite's jewel, Wolf Creek, and see what all the fuss is about. Welcome back to the 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship.
I'm David Mobley. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I qualified for the finals with a drive of 359 yards. I'd like to say hello to my wife and 2 sons back home in Charlotte, and all the folks. Thank them for the great support.
6th competitor on the tee right now, and 384 is the number that Carl Wolter set, and this is David Mobley out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlie?
David Mobley, the only competitor in the finals using a Nike club head. He's got a Harrison shaft that's 50 inches long.
And this thing is strong, isn't it?
5X. Thank you very much.
And that goes left quickly.
Pretty good golfer, Charlie.
Well, he really is. He's it's not even fair to say he's a scratch handicap. He plays professionally, plays in quite a few tour events worldwide, and a really solid player. You know, it's just hard to to play professionally when your pitching wedge goes 180 yards,
Yeah.
Roger.
Mobley now set to go with his 3rd drive, trying to find the grid for the first time.
Well, and he's really in a very tough situation here with Carl Wolter on the board at 384 yards. I'm just not sure that David Mobley is capable of hitting it 384 yards, so he's going to give it everything he has.
Hit that one pretty good, but it's starting to tail to the left, and that's going to roll off. Hits the sign at 320. Now that's hit the signboard. Now it goes back out. So David with his first 3 swings, none of them finding the grid.
And to the semifinals earlier, where he put a pretty good rip on this thing.
Yeah, this 359 yards that qualified him for the finals, and you know, I just wonder, this might be the close to the limit of David Mobley's ability right here. Fine drive 359, but a big difference between 359 and 384.
Well, and there's no consolation prize just getting one on the grid. I mean, you're trying to crank one here. And that goes left in a hurry. So David Mobley not able to find his swing.
And 6 down, 2 left to go in the Remax World Long Drive Championship. And can anybody catch Carl Wolter?
Hi, my name's Kevin Blankhorn. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. I qualify with a drive of 372 yards. I'd like to say hello to everybody back in Edmonton and Sherwood Park, Alberta, and also in Amherst, Nova Scotia, all my friends and family back home.
And this young guy, Charlie, is another big, strong guy.
He's a big boy, and really has the Jason Zubak work ethic, a lot of time in the gym. I mean, this is an athlete right here. He's in great shape. He's toit, angular. He's been out here for 2 weeks. I actually saw him at the Vince's Classic, the PGA Tour event in Las Vegas. He's out following some of the guys around.
And that's a big old high fade that's going to leave the grid.
Still in there.
No, it came down inside. Yeah, about 325, 326.
That's 325, 325.
Overhead, Pinley shaft, 50 inches, triple X.
You know, not much of a wind tonight at all. Almost a non-factor.
Yeah, no, it's just perfect conditions, Roger.
Big wide stance. And that one goes straight left. Yeah, it's interesting, just some of the little nuances you see with the different players. Kevin sets the club head a couple of inches, behind the ball. Some of the players like to get the club head right, next to the ball. And just different little things that players do to help them start their swing.
Yeah, there's a lot of variance in studying these players. There's basically 3 things that I've come up with that they have in common. They all get their weight shifted to the right side very well in the backswing. They all get tremendous extension. They get their arms well away from their body. And with these long shafts, they all have to be very patient with their backswing. They have to complete their backswing before they start their downswing.
And that's another one that goes well to the left. So Kevin with his first tee shot out there at 325, but the number is 384 by Carl Wolter. And Kevin Blankhorn getting set for swing number 4.
And then, you know, this is a tough situation for him. He's a rookie. He's never been to the finals. And to come in here to get the number 7 draw and look up on the board and see 384. That's a tough situation, Roger.
Hit that one pretty good. Little bit of a fade heading toward the right side of the grid. And does it stay in? It does stay in.
172, 372.
Well, those guys are working that hard.
372.
Fine hit.
Well, that number 372, Charlie, sounds pretty good to Kevin.
Yeah, this earlier in the semifinals. This drive also 372 yards.
And that's pretty good to hit your semifinal drive out there because conditions a little bit more favorable during the day than at night.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably 10 yards difference during the day versus night.
And that's going to go way right. So Kevin Blankhorn with a drive of 372 has moved into the number 2 spot.
Good showing for the rookie.
Let's go down to Tim.
Incredible. For your first final, you've done an amazing job. Right now you're in second place. That's a huge number you had to go after, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Carl put a real big number up for this time of night. It was pretty amazing his first time here. Just started a long driving in August, he said, and kicking our you-know-what, I guess. I'd just like to thank Remax, IBC Root Beer, and all the other sponsors. My sponsor, Bang Golf, Penley Shafts, and especially Art and everybody with Remax. They've done an excellent job. The event's getting incredible, bigger every year. I'm just real happy to be here, and congratulations to everybody.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And as we look at the leaderboard, we'll tell you that if you have any interest in the long drivers, stay tuned. Later on in the show, get your pencil and paper ready. We'll give you a little bit more information on that. And Carl Wolter's reaction, folks, tells it all. Greg Wellong is the only man standing between him and the title. The 2002 Remax World Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Remax. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. IBC Premium Soft Drinks. Try one and experience the authentic, rich taste today. And by Cobra, makers of the SS427 and SS350 drivers, blazing hot from 9 points across the face. The final hitter tonight will be Greg Wellong.
Hello, my name is Greg Wellong from Las Vegas, Nevada, qualifying drive at 365 yards. Just like to say hi to my lovely wife and my 2 kids, Alexis and Carson.
Well, we saw some dramatics with the last player last year on the last swing, Charlie, and let's see what Greg can come up with here.
Well, he has a very tough task ahead of him. 384. on the board. Temperatures dropping.
Greg with a ping club head, a new prototype of that ISI Tech AccuFlex shaft, 47-inch driver and a double X shaft.
Well, let's see what Greg can make happen on this third drive.
Really pushing hard at this point. At 384 on the board, very intimidating.
Third swing. That's pretty good on there, right down the middle. Really high, good hang time.
Ball's carrying a long ways.
And right at 350.
349, 349.
349 on swing number 3.
Well, we know what these guys are capable of. They've had so many good drives in the semifinals.
Well, yeah, certainly. This drive right here would get to 367 yards, and the strength of Greg Wellong, very fast hands, a lot of speed through the hitting area.
I think maybe he's capable of hitting the ball 385, but this very tough situation. It's all carry. Temperatures dropping.
And that's going to go left too. Well, final swing. Can the magic happen again, Charlie?
Well, it came down to it last year, but tough situation.
Needs to take it 385. Wellong, former football and rugby player in college.
And all of his misses have been to the left. Real easy to overcompensate in this position and leave one way out to the right.
Well, he has hit that one high, turning it over from right to left.
That's going to catch the grid.
Can he get any run on it? Took it past 350, but not enough. And Carl Wolter is the 2002 Remax World Long Drive Champion.
And what a tremendous victory, giving his wife a hug and a kiss, and just an amazing story for this young man from Pennsylvania, former javelin champion in the Big Ten. Hits it out there 384 to defeat the best in the world.
The Remax World Long Drive Championship gets bigger and better each year. Qualifying for the 2003 events begin early in the spring. Be sure to visit the website or call for the qualification site nearest you. New for 03 will be a Super Seniors division for men 55 and over. The juniors will expand into 2 separate divisions, 14 and under and 15 to 17. Come out and experience the excitement and energy of the LDA and Long Drive. Young or old, man or woman, boy or girl, everyone's invited to give it your best shot. The LDA, drive for fun and drive for dough. Roger?
Right now I want to introduce Vice President for Remax International, Mike Reagan. Mike, you've got a little presentation here.
Well, thank you, Roger. You know, on behalf of Remax Associates that work around the world in more than 40 countries, we're very proud to have a new Remax World Long Drive Champion. And Carl, on behalf of Remax, congratulations to you on being our new champion. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tell you what, you guys have been great tonight. It's been unbelievable. This has been unexpected. I was just hoping to make it here to hit today. I just started doing this sport about 3 months ago. My wife's been right behind me all the way. She said, "What, you're buying another club?" And I said, "Well, I broke another one, honey." And I'll tell you what, it's just been fantastic. My wife's been behind me, my mom and dad, my whole family, my friends. Adrian Stewart back home has been hitting with me, training me. I'll tell you what, the LDA put on a great event here. It was just awesome, unexpected. I couldn't imagine it would be this awesome. Remax, IBC, this was just absolutely incredible.
Well, we have something for you to take home.
All right, the owner of LDA, Art Sellinger.
Carl, you're the epitome of what the Remax World Long Drive Championship is. You found Long Drive on the internet, you found longdrivers.com, you found the local qualification site nearest you, and that's what we're all about. You went out and won the local, you won the district, you came to Mesquite, and you walked away with the hardware. But that's what it's about. That's Remax Long Drive for you right there. The LDA, our members, and of course our great sponsors are thrilled to have you as champion. Congratulations, and here's $80,000.